So it looked like Caitlin Clark is going viral, and she has officially broken the internet. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy.
When a basketball star breaks records, it's news. But when she breaks the internet before even stepping on a WNBA court, that's different. Caitlin Clark's latest move has some WNBA veterans feeling the heat, and here's why it matters. Caitlin Clark just dropped a bombshell. And it's not even about her shooting from the logo this time.
Caitlin Clark is about to set the world on fire in about 24 hours, as she is set to appear on New Heights podcast.
Let's get into something that's shaking up not just basketball, but the entire sports media landscape. Caitlin Clark, the same hooper who's been making NCAA history, just got announced as a special guest on New Heights with the Kelce Brothers. And trust me, this isn't just another podcast appearance.
Clips that is currently going viral. Now, all of this started yesterday when they took to X to drop this little subliminal right here, letting everybody know there's going to be a special guest on their show this upcoming Thursday, which is tomorrow. And I'm telling you right now, the world is going bonkers.
First, let me break down why this is such a big deal. New Heights isn't your regular sports podcast. We're talking about Travis and Jason Kelce that become a cultural phenomenon. These guys have interviewed some of the biggest names in sports, but here's the kicker. They just announced that Caitlin Clark was their most requested guest ever, not just among women athletes, among all athletes. Let that sink in for a minute.
On X yesterday, and the world had reacted to it. People behind the scenes kind of knew she was going to be on there. Now, this is right here what sent everybody into a frenzy.
The numbers don't lie, and what we're seeing is straight up historic. The teaser clip. They dropped 1 million views in 8 hours. That's not just viral, that's breaking the internet. And while everyone's celebrating these numbers, there's a whole other story brewing beneath the surface. See, some WNBA veterans are watching all this unfold, and the reactions are mixed. You've got players who've been in the league for years, putting in work, fighting for media attention, better pay more. Respect, then here comes Caitlin Clark getting the red carpet treatment before even stepping on a WNBA court.
They put the complete thumbnail out, and they stated Happy New Year, New Heights Eve to all celebrate the Caitlin Clark episode. This is well overdue. We know Caitlin Clark relationship with Travis Kelce and her relationship with none other than his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. This is big time, big time, big time. This is probably going to be one of their most viewed episodes.
Now let me take you behind the scenes of what's really happening here. When the Kelce Brothers dropped that first tease on X, it wasn't just fans going crazy. The entire sports media industry took notice. We're talking about executives from major networks, marketing teams, from big brands, everyone scrambling to figure out how they can get a piece of this pie. But here's what makes this story even more fascinating. The timing. This interview isn't just dropping randomly. It's coming right when the sports world is looking for its next big narrative. The NFL regular season is wrapping up. The NBA is in that mid-season groove where casual fans might tune out. And boom, here comes Caitlin Clark, ready to dominate the conversation.
Anticipation for this interview is going to do big-time views. Everybody's interested to see Travis Kelce Brothers interact with Caitlin Clark.
Let's talk about those viral clips for a minute. In one of them, Clark opens up about getting recruitment letters in 7th grade. Now, most players would have been out there flexing, posting every offer on social media. But what did Clark's parents do? They had her brother get the mail because they wanted her to have a normal middle school life. That right there tells you everything you need to know about why she's different. And it's not just about keeping her grounded. It's about understanding the long game. While other young athletes were chasing clout, posting every achievement, every offer, Clark was just focused on getting better. She wasn't rushing to make decisions, wasn't trying to be the center of attention. She was just hooping, having fun, and letting her game do the talking. This approach is what's got some people in the WNBA feeling different types of ways, because while some veterans had to fight for every bit of recognition, every media appearance, Clark's got this massive platform before even playing her first professional game. But here's the thing, this isn't happening by accident. The Travis Kelce connection, that's not right random. Remember, Clark's got ties to Taylor Swift too in today's media landscape. That's like having a golden ticket. But it's not just about celebrity connections. It's about understanding how to navigate this new era of sports media where the game is just part of the story. Think about what this means for the future of women's basketball when one of the biggest sports podcast in the world gives a women's basketball player this kind of platform. It changes the game for everyone. The question isn't whether Clark deserves this attention. Her game speaks for itself. The question is, how will the WNBA capitalize on this momentum? I'm hearing from sources that some WNBA teams are already revamping their entire marketing strategies. The Indiana Fever, they're about to launch the biggest promotional campaign in their history because they understand that Clark isn't just bringing her game to the WNBA, she's bringing an entire movement. Let me tell you something that's not getting enough attention. When that New Heights episode drops, it's not just going to be basketball fans tuning in. You're going to have NFL fans who follow the Kelce Brothers. You're going to have Swifties who are curious about the Taylor Swift connection. You're going to have casual sports fans who've been hearing about this Clark phenomenon and want to see what all the hype is about. And that right there is what's got some WNBA veterans feeling some type of way, because while they've been trying to grow the game through traditional channels, Clark's coming in with this whole new blueprint. She's not just a basketball player, she's a cultural figure. Every move she makes goes viral, every interview breaks records. But here's what people aren't talking about enough: the pressure that comes with all this attention. Imagine being in your early 20s, about to start your professional career, and already being called the savior of a league. That's not just pressure, that's a whole different level of expectations. The clips from the upcoming interview show a side of Clark that most people haven't seen when she talks about her parents shielding her from early recruitment pressure. You start to understand how she's been prepared for this moment her whole life. While other young athletes were burning out from early fame, Clark was building a foundation. And let's be real about something, this isn't just about individual success anymore. When Clark steps into the WNBA, she's not just playing for herself or even just for her team, she's carrying the hopes of an entire generation of young players who see in her what's possible for women's basketball. The numbers we're seeing from just these teaser clips, that's just the beginning. Industry insiders are predicting that this New Heights episode could be one of the most watched sports interviews of the year, not just in women's sports, in all of sports. That's the kind of impact we're talking about. Let me tell you something else that's got everyone talking the way that Kelce Brothers announced this interview was genius. They didn't just drop it out of nowhere. They built up the anticipation, dropped little hints, got people speculating. And when they finally revealed it was Caitlin Clark, the internet exploded. In that second viral clip, Clark opens up about navigating success from an early age. And this is where it gets really interesting. She's been dealing with fame since before social media was even what it is today. When she talks about not posting her offers, not rushing into decisions, that's a masterclass in how to handle early success. But here's what's really got people in their feelings. Some WNBA veterans have been pushing for more media coverage, better marketing, bigger platforms for years. They've been putting up amazing numbers, winning championships, representing the league with class, and now they're watching this college player get the kind of platform they never had. If you're getting value from this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe. We're diving deep into what this means for the future of women's basketball. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. The comments on these viral clips tell a bigger story. You've got NBA players showing respect, NFL stars tuning in, celebrities wanting to be part of the conversation. This isn't just about sports anymore. This is about changing the entire landscape of how we view women's athletics. Let me break down why this New Heights interview is different from any other media appearance Clark has done. First, there's the reach. The Kelce Brothers aren't just NFL stars, they're cultural icons. At this point, Travis's connection to Taylor Swift, Jason's everyman appeal, they bring in viewers who might never have watched a women's basketball game in their life. Then there's a format. New Heights isn't your typical sports show with the same old questions. These conversations get real, they go deep, and from what we're seeing in these clips, Clark's opening up in a way we haven't seen before. She's talking about the pressure, the expectations, how her family kept her grounded through it all. But hey, what's really fascinating, the timing of all this. Clark's about to enter the WNBA at a moment when the league is ready for a revolution. You've got new TV deals being negotiated, expansion teams coming in, and now you've got the superstar who's already proven she can draw Super Bowl level viewership to college games. A jealousy some people are feeling. It's complicated because while Clark's success could lift the entire league, it's also highlighting some uncomfortable truths about how women's sports have been marketed. Some veterans have been putting up incredible numbers for years without getting a fraction of this attention. But let me tell you about something that happened behind the scenes when that first teaser clip hit 1 million views. It wasn't just fans going crazy. Sports marketing executives were calling emergency meetings because what Clark's doing isn't just about basketball skills, it's about showing that women's basketball can draw mainstream attention, can generate those viral moments, can be must-see. Think about what this means for the future when Clark enters the WNBA. Every game is going to be an event. The Indiana Fever are about to become the hottest ticket in town. And it's not just about attendance. We're talking about merchandise sales, social media engagement, TV ratings. The whole economic model of the league could change. The way Clark handles all this attention is what's really impressive. In these clips, you can see she's not just giving cookie-cutter answers. She's thoughtful, she's real, she's showing personality while staying professional. That's a tough balance, especially when you're under this kind of spotlight. And let's talk about what this means for the next generation. Young players watching this aren't just seeing a great basketball player, they're seeing someone who's changing the game off the court too. They're seeing that women's basketball can be more than just a Sport, it can be a cultural phenomenon. The reaction from other athletes has been fascinating too. You got NBA stars showing respect in the comments, NFL players tuning in, even athletes from other sports wanting to be part of this conversation. That's the kind of cross-sport appeal that can take women's basketball to another level. But here's what people aren't talking about enough: the business side of all this. When Clark steps into the WNBA, she's not just bringing her basketball skills, she's bringing massive marketing potential, mainstream appeal, and a proven ability to drive viewership that changes the conversation around everything from TV deals to player salaries. Some people are saying this is too much pressure for a rookie, but if you watch these clips, you can see Clark's been preparing for this her whole life. The way her parents managed her early success, the way she stayed focused on development instead of chasing clout, it's all coming together now. And here's another angle that's worth thinking about: the global impact. Women's basketball is huge internationally, and Clark's style of play, her personality, her whole brand, it all translates. We could be looking at someone who helps take the WNBA global in a way we haven't seen before. The international angle is something we really need to talk about more. Women's basketball is huge globally, and Clark's style of play, her personality, her whole brand, it's universal. We could be looking at someone who helps take the WNBA global in a way we haven't seen before. Let's break down why this matters so much. The WNBA has always had amazing international players, but Clark brings something different to the table. She's not just a basketball phenomenon, she's a social media superstar. Every move she makes goes viral worldwide. That's the kind of reach that can transform a league. Some people are saying Clark's getting too much attention too soon, but let me tell you something: this kind of pressure isn't new to her. She's been dealing with expectations since middle school. The difference is she's had time to develop the mental toughness, the support system, the maturity to handle it. The business implications are massive too. We're not just talking about ticket sales and TV ratings. This is about changing the whole economic model of women's professional basketball. When you've got someone who can drive Super Bowl level engagement to college games, imagine what she can do at the pro level. But let's keep it real for a minute. Some WNBA veterans are watching all this go down with mixed emotions. They've been putting in work for years.